Karen Gillon, to be followed by Rob Gibson.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Across the Chamber, we will all have great examples of the historic built environment and how it's influenced the community, the culture and landscape of the areas that we represent. Clydesdale is indeed no different. The buildings bear witness to the agricultural, mining and weaving traditions of the area. They tell the story from centuries past, when William Wallace met his love Marion Braidfoot in Lanark, at Covington Mains, where Robert Burns drew inspiration for his work, to New Lanark, the pioneering and indeed revolutionary village created by Robert Owen, which recognised in providing healthcare and education and housing for your workforce, you are far more likely to have a thriving business and a healthy and happy workforce. The miners' welfare halls in villages such as Colburn, built by the miners themselves to provide access to culture, to learning and to entertainment. The Lead Hills Library, with its collection of materials that truly tell the area's history. The old auction ring in Lanark, where for centuries farmers from across the county and beyond came to buy and sell their wares. Its new role taken by a new building that in decades to come will tell future generations today's story. Churches like St Athanasius in Carluke, sitting alongside the old Scotch jam work in Ramsay's Butchers, names synonymous with Scottish quality, produce past and present. The Minister made mention too of war memorials, and indeed all of us this weekend will have been at services across Scotland. The War Memorial in Stonehouse is an excellent example of what has been achieved by partnership, renewing that War Memorial. And similarly, can I congratulate the Scottish Government on the role that they have played in supporting the Corn Exchange in Biggar. Real examples of built historic heritage that are challenging us about the past and teaching us lessons for the future. But as the Minister himself has said, there are real and genuine challenges for these buildings, particularly for those who do not fall under the direct financial support of either Historic Scotland or the National Trust for Scotland. The Minister acknowledged that not all buildings can be saved. Sometimes things will need to go if others are to survive, and I think that's a welcome and positive statement. I would argue that the case to demolish, for example, the St Mary's Hall in Lanark to secure the long-term future of the church itself and attached buildings is a case in point. We need to be more flexible in cases such as these, but we also must learn the lessons of the past, and I again welcome the comments that the Minister has made about protecting our current built environment for future generations at a much earlier point, so that we are not faced with derelict buildings that are uneconomical to repair, but we make these repairs much earlier. We do need to do more than just protect our historic built environment, though. We do need to celebrate and promote our built environment and indeed our landscape environment much better than we do at the moment. New Lanark is more than just a local or national treasure. It is one of Scotland's 5 World Heritage Sites, an internationally recognised seal of approval. The combination of built, social, cultural and landscape environments. For anyone who has visited the village, you cannot help but be struck by the dramatic visualisation of Owen's vision. And walking up the Falls of Clyde, the beauty and power of our landscape, harnessed not just for the mills of New Lanark, but today driving the hydropower stations at Bonington. Can I very much welcome the Scottish 10 project. I understand that the images of New Lanark have been undertaken, and I am sure that they will be stunning, dramatic and valuable for generations to come. It's important that we harness those images and use the skills and talents that we have. But in Scotland, I don't think we've quite yet got it right in the promotion of our World Heritage sites. I'll give you one example. Road signage still doesn't allow the World Heritage insignia to be included. Perhaps the Minister will agree to work with his colleagues in other ministerial departments so that we can make the most of this valuable insignia and assets. There are other things we need to do better as well. We need to make the links. We still haven't got it right in Clydesdale in making the link between New Lanark and Lanark, never mind the links between New Lanark and anywhere else. But if you think about Lanarkshire and its industrial heritage, with New Lanark as the core, then building a link around Summerlee and Coatbridge, the Mining Museum at Warnock Head, other areas significant, other areas much smaller, then you can get a great picture of our built environment. If you look at what's been done in places such as South Wales, where they've drawn up routes which take you round about different parts of the built environment with the World Heritage Site at its core, but linking it in to everything else that is part of that, then I think we have an opportunity to do that in Scotland as well. There are other places that could benefit. Similarly, Borders with the textile history, the East Neuk with the fishing industry. But coming back to Clydesdale.
Minister. The member makes a very valuable contribution. The linkage of sites and places is extremely important. Work is going on in the southwest of Scotland to provide a route that would take people from Dumfries up via Dumfries House in Cumnock and up into the Ayrshire coast and to Culzean. So that concept is one that we should grab hold of and make use of, and I am happy to explore it with the member in terms of Clydesdale.
Mr Gillon.
I think the other thing that I would like to explore with the Minister, both in his role as Culture Minister, but also in his role as a member for the South of Scotland, is joining me in ensuring that we build the public transport links to the World Heritage Site of New Lanark. There will be an opportunity in 2014 with the new rail service between Glasgow and Edinburgh for the Commonwealth Games via Carstairs, and I hope that he will join with me in ensuring that that train is able to stop at Carluke and Carstairs and make the most of those linkages between the World Heritage Site in Edinburgh and the historic environment in Glasgow and our natural assets in Clydesdale. In doing that, we can shape the future positively, I think, not just for our historic built environment, but also for our rural communities, and ensuring that they can thrive and prosper, and access goes two ways, so that they can get out into the cities, but also that the cities and tourists can come to us. Public transport will be absolutely vital in that, and I look forward to working with the Minister in that regard. I think we do have lots to celebrate, lots to share. I do welcome this debate because it gives us an opportunity to put our historic built environment in sharp focus, to acknowledge that we haven't got everything right in the past, and to celebrate what we can do for the future. And I certainly look forward to working with the Minister and with the Government and with parties across the Chamber to ensuring that we make the most of Scotland's built environment assets.